Okay, so question 13 to 16 are from this passage that talks about Aztecs' view of history and how they recorded history. So it begins with the discussion that initially it seemed like Aztec histories, they did not have any chronological order, they were repetitive in nature, and they were covering the same thing multiple times. So this was the belief of the scholars earlier. Later, however, it was found that this was not some sort of a bug or some error. It was actually a feature. This is how Aztecs recorded their histories because they felt that any event can have multiple perspectives and they wanted to accommodate as many perspectives as they could. So that's why they devised a method in which multiple speakers stood up at different times and different moments and they narrated the event from their point of view, and then those viewpoints were recorded. Right. Then the author says that, however, does not mean that they did not believe in any truth. They just believed in accommodating multiple perspectives. They felt that, different perspectives can exist together. To truth, they said, was composite. That was their view. Okay, so, and history therefore comprised of such constituent truths, such different constituent truths, right? The new they were convinced didn't necessarily have to obliterate the old. So these were their views regarding history, and they were reflected in their recording of the history. Now, coming to the questions. Question 13. On the basis of the passage, which one of the following views of history can be inferred to be closest to that of the Aztecs? Okay. A community that records different accounts of a clash between two groups. So looks close to their view because they also wanted to accommodate multiple perspectives. They recorded the viewpoints of different speakers who stood up at different moments to recount the event from their point of view. So looks close. Let's look at the other options. B. A tribe that condenses the accounts of its ancestors to know its history better. This does not go in line with their view of history. Okay, their viewpoint towards history. No, it was not ancestor focused. D. A group that has every member repeat an occurrence before noting down the most common interpretation. This is incorrect because they were not noting down the most common interpretation, they were noting down each and every person's interpretation there. Right? So I think B and D easily eliminated. C, a community that considers both sides of an interfamily dispute. This is a close option, right? Because we feel that yes, they accommodated multiple perspectives, so considering both sides comes under that. So I think we have to see which is closer. And when we go back, see this. For Aztecs, history did not require textbook-like consensus. In their understanding, truth wasn't singular and could accommodate different perspectives. This pattern had almost certainly been a part of their social practice for many generations as they sat around campfires talking and telling stories. Now they turned it into an art form, a formalized way of keeping history that literally depended on multiple speakers standing up at different moments. Okay, so multiple speakers standing up at different moments and then they used to record this. So when we are considering our question, it's not just about considering both the sides, considering both the sides. It's about recording the different accounts, right? Different accounts and not just, let's say, both sides or two sides. Okay, so A is much closer to what we have just read. It is not just about two sides of an issue, it is about different accounts being recorded. So easy to moderate, I would call it.